Good morning, dear students. In continuation to the video that I had sent you in the last class, the next topic that we are going to deal with is electric field at an equatorial line of an electric dipole. In the last video, I had discussed about the electric field along the axial line, that is along the line joining the two charges. Here, it's an equatorial line. Now, first I'll tell you what do you mean by an equatorial line. Children, these are the two charges minus q and plus q, which are separated by a short distance, which we usually term it as 2a. This is 2a, that is this distance would be a and this distance would be a. Now this is the midpoint along the line joining the two charges. Now equatorial line is perpendicular to this distance anywhere along this line joining the two charges. Let me suppose that this is the point P, which lies along the equatorial line. Now P can be taken anywhere along this line. Now I'll join these two charges along this point P. Now, the electric field due to the positive charge at the point P. Now, at the point P, a charge plus Q, that is a test charge, is placed at the point P. So, the electric field that is experienced due to this positive charge would be along this direction. Similarly, the electric field due to the, this is electric field due to the positive charge. Now, the electric field due to the negative charge at the point P, there would be an attractive force. Hence, the electric field would lie along this direction. That is E due to minus Q. Now, these two fields are making a certain angle with each other. Now, hence, the resultant field due to this E plus Q and due to this minus Q would lie in between these two fields. That is, these two fields would act as the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Hence, we can find out the resultant field by applying the parallelogram law. Now, let me suppose that the resultant field is given by this. So, this is the resultant field E. Now, let me suppose that this is making an angle theta. This is also making an angle theta. If this is angle theta, this would also be theta, right? Now, and if this is theta, this would also be theta. Now, let me suppose that this distance OP is R. Now, to find out the electric field along the net field, we'll find out first the electric field due to the positive charge. Now, the electric field due to the positive charge plus Q, I'll mention the direction also. This would be equals to KQ by R square. R square is the distance PA square. That is PA square. Now, how much is PA? PA would be equals to this. By applying the Pythagoras theorem, we can find out PA, that is under root of A square plus R square. So, I can write this as KQ upon R square plus A square. Since it is square, the under root get cancelled. So, the direction would be along BP. Similarly, the electric field due to the negative charge E minus Q is again equals to KQ upon it would be PB square, which can be written as KQ upon R square plus A square, that is along PA. Now, we can see that the magnitude of E plus Q is the same as the magnitude of E minus Q. Both are equal, right? The magnitudes are equal, only the directions are different. Now, in order to find out the net field, as we know that we need to apply the parallelogram law. So, E equatorial. So, this I'll mention it as E equatorial. So, here E equatorial, this I am mentioning it as E. E equatorial will be equals to, by applying the parallelogram law, it is under root of P square, that is E plus Q square plus E minus Q square plus A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Now, what's the angle between these two fields? It is 2 theta. So, it would be cos 2 theta. Right? So, substituting the values, plus Q, I'll take it as E. So, it would be E square plus E square plus 2. These both will be equal. So, it is E square cos 2 theta. Right? Again, E square plus E square is 2E square plus 2E square cos 2 theta. Right? Now, again, under root of 2E square can be taken out common. 1 plus cos 2 theta. Right? Now, 1 plus cos 2 theta as, or I'll write, but 1 plus cos 2 theta is equals to 2 cos square theta. Mathematical formula. So, I'll substitute that there. So, what do we get? Under root of 2E square into 2 cos square theta. Right? Which can be written as 2 and 2. So, I'll take out 2. It would be E. What's cos square theta can be written as cos theta. So, this is E equatorial. Right? Now, I'll substitute the magnitude of E. Right? Which would be equals to, now, but as all of you know that cos theta is based upon hypotenuse. So, I'll write, but cos theta is equals to, from the triangle, cos theta is equals to base is OA upon AP. It is OA upon AP, which is equals to A upon under root of A square plus R square. Under root of A square plus R square. We'll substitute this value. It would be equals to 2. E is how much? It is KQ upon R square plus A square. So, it is KQ upon R square plus A square. Then cos theta is A upon under root of R square plus A square. Right? Now, solving it, what do you get? It is 2AQ. It would be 2AQK upon r square plus a square whole to the power of 3 by 2. Now, which, as we know that 2aq is the dipole moment which is represented by P. So, I can write this as, it would be equals to Kp upon r square plus a square whole to the power of 3 by 2. That is E equatorial. It is E equatorial. Now, when I represent it in form of a vector, I can write it as E equatorial. This along, what is the direction? It is along, what is the direction? It is from B to A. That is along the left. That is along BA vector. Am I clear, children? Hence, another vector notation of this E equatorial is E equatorial is equals to minus of Kp vector upon r square plus a square whole to the power of 3 by 2. Why I have written it as minus P vector? Because the net field is from right to left, and you know that dipole moment is a vector quantity which is having a specific direction from the negative charge to the positive charge. Hence, these both are in the opposite directions. That is why I have put a negative sign. Now, as in the previous derivation we had done that the distance between the two charges is much lesser, that the disk can be much lesser than the distance at which we are finding out the electric field. So, in such a case, when R is much greater than A, this can also be written as E equatorial is equals to minus of Kp vector upon, it would be, A would be neglected, so it comes out to be R cube, or magnitude wise I can write E equatorial is equals to Kp by R cube. Right. Also, children, we have learned in the previous video that E axial is equals to 2 Kp by R cube. Right. Hence, we can have an interrelationship between E equatorial and E axial. So, I can write that E axial is equals to 2 times Kp by R cube can be written as E equatorial. So, this is the relation between E axial and E equatorial. Also, this is the formula for E equatorial.